have lifted this team to a 22-11 record here. A major reason for the team's success. With a win tonight, the homestand will conclude with convincing series wins of East-leading Tampa Bay and division rival Seattle. With a long trip looming, enjoy your Rangers tonight. They're deserving of your cheers, having put on quite a show. The Rangers here in Arlington, they have been playing very well. This ballpark has been very, very good to them, and now they are about to take off on the road for a while. One last home game tonight against the Seattle Mariners, who have been struggling to score runs, and they've been giving up a bunch to the Rangers lately, too. The Rangers a 12-2 win yesterday, and yeah, the Rangers are still in first in the AL West. We welcome you to Texas Ranger Baseball tonight, along with Tom Grieve. I'm Josh Lewin, and Tommy Hunter goes to the mound tonight. Last time he did that, it was 100-something degrees out there, and he lost 6 pounds in doing it, but he pitched a complete game.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough assignment. To get called up, your first big league start is a day game, 3 o'clock. It's 100 degrees out, and you're pitching against the best team in the American League, whose road record is the best road record in baseball. And all Tommy did was not just pitch a good game, he pitched a great game. He gave up a solo home run early in the game, went 9 innings through 117 pitches, completely dominated the Tampa Bay Rays on this particular day, and was a real nice shot in the arm, not just for Tommy and the team, but also for the bullpen, who could really have used a day's rest that day.
He sweated through 4 different undershirts, but he got the job done. No walks, only 5 hits allowed, 117 pitches. And the Rangers tonight, as we mentioned, against Seattle, trying to get him some run support early. Michael Young hitting second, as he always does for Ron Washington, and he was banging him out last night. Had a home run in the very first inning. The Rangers and Seattle when we come back. Texas. By Progressive. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. By Jack in the Box. Get a soccer jack antenna ball for only $1 plus tax. And by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. We are ready for baseball. Ichiro's in the batter's box. And Tommy Hunter is good to go. On a warm and still a little bit humid night tonight. 91 degrees at game time. And I guess no surprise that Tommy Hunter begins with a strike, the way things were happening against Tampa Bay. He begins with 2 strikes, actually. 0-2 to Ichiro. We mentioned right off the bat tonight, Tom, that in tonight's game and several coming up, we're participating in the Home Run Challenge, where through your pledges for every home run hit, $10,500 is raised for prostate cancer research. Down goes Ichiro on 3 pitches from Tommy Hunter.
He took strike 1, a tailing fastball, fouled off a curveball, and then swung at a high fastball. A lot like his at-bat last night against CJ. Talked about his game Saturday against Tampa Bay. Complete games, 5 hits, no walks in that game. Allowed 1 run or no runs in 4 of his 6 starts at Oklahoma. Even though he struggled in his last couple of starts, he was ready for the start here. Last 9 starts in this ballpark, going back into last year, 7-2 with an ERA under 3. So he likes pitching in the heat, likes pitching at home.
Getting it done against Tampa Bay, the team that originally drafted him, actually, but Tommy didn't sign out of high school, went on to become an Alabama Crimson Tide for a bit instead. Tommy was an 18th round pick of Tampa Bay. And their 19th round pick, by the way, Tom, was Ike Davis, the guy that ended up going to college himself and then went on to the New York Mets. So not bad for the Rays. They didn't sign those guys, but they correctly identified the talent. But finally, there's one out of the zone. To Ryan Langerhans, a native Texan who's batting second tonight in place of Milton Bradley. Milton's got the night off. I'll show you the entire lineup for Seattle in just a moment. Ooh, that one squirts a bit off the plate, says Larry Vanover.
Tried to drop it in on the outside corner. Didn't quite get it there, though. Number 4 is the pitch we're talking about.
Tommy Boy, 2 strikeouts to get going tonight. After Ichiro and Langerhans are down on strikes, next up will be Franklin Gutierrez. Lopez and Wilson, Karp and Johnson, Saunders and Figgins for Don Wakamatsu's struggling Seattle team, 23-36. It's catchy music right there. Got my groove on.
Got me tapping my pencil.
We all call it something. That is outside to Gutierrez, 1-0.
First 2 strikeouts, same pitch. Both the left-hand hitters. A tailing fastball, probably just a little bit up and a little bit away. Got Ichiro and Langerhans to swing at it both times.
Hamilton, Bourbon, and Murphy in the outfield tonight. Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Smoke around the horn. Matt Trainer gets to catch Tommy Hunter. Tommy, again off that complete Game 5 hitter against the Rays. Now get a towering pop fly here off the bat of Gutierrez. Michael Young in on the grass. Tommy Hunter breezing through it in the top of the first. It'll be Ryan Roland Smith on the mound for Seattle against that man, Elvis Andrus, in a moment. And Roland to Smith. And here are the guys coming out there for manager Ron Washington. The Rangers are 32-27, a one-game lead in the West. Vlad Guerrero batting cleanup, and boy, has he been getting it done of late. Hamilton, same thing. Smoke, Murphy, Trainer, and Bourbon. And the only hyphenated major leaguer in history is this man, Ryan Roland Smith, the native Australian.
He's had 9 starts, 3 relief appearances. They have not gone well. 0-4, 6.65 ERA. Has not pitched well on the road. And the longer he stays in, the worse it gets for him. Actually, he's pitched pretty well the first time through the lineup. His last start was pretty decent, though. He was knocked out of the rotation, had 3 relief appearances. Then Doug Fister had to go on the disabled list because of arm fatigue. And Roland Smith started against the Angels and pitched pretty well. Had a no decision, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run.
Outside to Andrews. Fear the hyphen tag.
He's the only one, huh?
The only guy with that skinny little horizontal line on a major league jersey ever. Ryan Roland Smith, fly ball inducing left-hand pitcher, and as you mentioned in the scouting report, some of those fly balls tend to get out. It's pretty astonishing. 8 home runs allowed in 21 road innings. And this, of course, is a ballpark that sometimes certainly favors a home run hitter. Ground ball. That'll work, though, for Elvis Andrews. He had a 13-game hitting streak stopped last night. Maybe he's just started another, rolling one into center. Now, defensively for Seattle, no hyphens. Saunders, Gutierrez, Langerhans, Lopez, Wilson, Figgins, and Karp around the horn. And the catcher tonight, Rob Johnson, the native Montanan.
Roland Smith pitched well for Seattle last year. He had 15 starts after he was called up to the big leagues. He went 5-4 with a 3.74 ERA. Twice as many strikeouts as walks. Right now he's got the same amount of strikeouts as walks. It has not gone as well for him early in the year as it did for him late in the year last year for Seattle. Been averaging less than 5 innings per start.
Now, he's gotten through 6 only twice out of 9 starts so far. This is a second straight night tag where the Rangers take on a Seattle starter who's 0-4 with an ERA of 5-6. And they blasted away on Ian Snell last night, drove him out in the second inning.
I guess it all balances off. They faced a couple of really good pitchers the first 2 nights.
Cliff Lee certainly set a tone, or so it looked, that first night. Rangers were shut out into the 9th, but then they got to Felix Hernandez on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that's a very impressive offensive output to have 7 runs and hit Felix Hernandez as hard as they did.
Michael Young in a left field base hit. Career base hit number 1740 for Michael. Closer and closer he comes to Pudge now. He is 7 hits away.
Ball came back inside part of the plate, and Michael was definitely ready for it. Elvis hit a changeup. Michael hit a fastball. Now you got to navigate through the middle of the lineup with a couple of men on.
You know, as hot as Elvis and Michael Young have been, and then after Kinsler, Guerrero and Hamilton have been just that hot as well. The guy right in the middle of those two is Ian Kinsler. And Kinsler knows full well he has not been that kind of hot. He's going to bunt here. And that spins out fair. They go to second base with it, and now they can get a double play. Because Ian never ran. Ian bunted and figured it was foul, and it wasn't. And that is a very bizarre double play.
Well, that's a way to extinguish a rally.
Now, Ian showing signs of coming out of that elongated slump last night. This is certainly not by design. He's looking behind him for the ball and kind of dismayed to see it's in front of him.
Nice play by Johnson. Ian was, I'm sure, trying to bunt for a base hit, but hopefully if he didn't get a hit, he would get a sacrifice and move both runners to second and third for Vladimir. But Johnson pounced on it and got Michael at second base.
Oh, and now Vlad kind of looking out at Ryan Rowland-Smith.
I don't know how that ball missed him. It was about 2 feet inside.
I just kind of assumed that it did hit him the way that Vlad looked back out there. Just a runner at third, 2 out now. And Vlad makes him pay. You want to come in on me? Fine. RBI number 52 for Vlad Guerrero. The Rangers lead 1-0.
Yeah, I think Rowland-Smith's best chance against Vlad is to walk him, because I just don't think he's got a pitch that can get him out.
Here's the wake-up call.
Unless it's this pitch. That ball's in the middle of the batter's box.
Yeah, it didn't exactly back him off the plate, did it? Andrews in to score. The Rangers lead 1-0 already. And it brings up Josh Hamilton, who has runs batted in 6 straight games in it tonight. Had a home run last night. He's got 12 of those for the year. He's been one of the best hitters in the major leagues in this month of June. Hamilton with a smash to right center, and there it goes. Big time home run for Hambone.
He hit the one hard last night, but he hit that one even harder. That went over the Ranger bullpen on a line. And if you take the last week and watch his at-bats, he has never swung the bat better as a Ranger. I don't care if you go back to 2 years ago when he had the fantastic season. Right now, he is in some kind of groove. Left-hander, right-hander, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's 14 runs batted in June for Josh Hamilton. That leads the majors.
Well, this is an absolute bomb. Inside half of the plate. See you later. And since he's gone away from the toe tap, he has just taken off. The work that he and Clint Hurdle have done early has paid huge dividends.
That's a 430-foot home run without the toe tap.
I thought he hit the one hard last night, and he did, but that was hit even harder.
And kind of true to form, just what we were talking about, Tom. Andrews and Young, they're getting their hits every game. Guerrero and Hamilton getting runs batted in every game. Once you get Kinsler hot in the middle of all of that, what just a tsunami that's going to be, 1 through 5, and then you're about to have Nelson Cruz come back. And this guy's heating up. Josh Hamilton, who's been hitting him out in batting practice for a long time now. Our Geico quote of the day, he says batting practice is not for a show, it's for working on things.
Yeah, I think that's some coaching from Clint Hurdle right there too.
Line to third.
And he's exactly right. If you watch Josh now in batting practice, he's hitting line drives back through the middle instead of trying for tape measure home runs.
No, we got a tape measure home run though when it mattered. Rangers up 3-0.
In Community Corner tonight, we have Rosemary Odom with the Cure organization. Tell us a little bit about Cure.
Yes, first of all, we want to thank the Texas Ranger Foundation for allowing us to be here this evening. We appreciate that. In 1982, the AIDS Memorial Quilt was started by one young man who made a panel for his friend who died of AIDS. AIDS has continued to haunt this country for the last 3 decades. Our mission is CURE, which is community, unity, respect, and education, is here to bring HIV/AIDS awareness through display of the AIDS Memorial Quilt. So if you would like to help us in educating the public, please contact us at our website, and we will help you to do a display so you can see the quilt and see their names and see their faces.
There we go. We'll continue good work. Appreciate you being here tonight. We got one little volunteer that has a pretty good set of lungs. Go ahead.
Let's go, Rangers!
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much, Josh.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you, Jim. First out of the second inning was Jose Lopez flying to David Murphy. And now Josh Wilson against Tommy Hunter. Tommy's been given a 3-0 lead. Vlad Guerrero knocking in his 52nd run of the year already. And Josh Hamilton suddenly has surged up to 41 runs batted in. Another chance for Murphy if Kinsler doesn't call him off. Nope, Murphy will take it, running all the way in. And the ball that got out from Josh Hamilton, the 430-footer. With that home run, another 10,000 plus has been raised to support prostate cancer research. If you'd like to make a pledge, please call 1-800-798-CURE or log on to pcf.org. Two quick outs. You like that. Mike Karp will be the batter. Karp had 10 home runs down at AAA. Comes up here replacing Mike Sweeney, who just went on the DL. Sweeney went on with 5, and he leads the Mariners in home runs with those 5. Just to put that in perspective, Matt Trainer has 5 for the Rangers. And you start looking up and down the lineup at guys like Guerrero with 13, Hamilton now with 13.
Tommy has such good command with his curveball. He can throw it almost like it's his fastball as far as when he needs to throw a strike with it. And it just makes that high fastball that he's throwing look like it's about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So far, the Mariners have either popped up or missed the high fastballs. Throwing it, 89, 90 miles an hour. But to the hitter's swing at it makes it look like it's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball or better. Sometimes the radar gun can be deceiving. It's what the hitter tells you how hard a guy's throwing, not the radar gun.
Here's that curveball missing in. Tommy had a complete game against these Mariners last time he faced them, right here back in September of last year, when the Rangers were still in the hunt. That ball popped into the crowd. Some more information for you on Tommy Hunter will be coming in just a moment. The 23-year-old Tommy Hunter. Ball 4, down too low. The first walk that he has allowed in the big leagues this year. There's that big time info that we promised on Big Game Hunter. Radio Shack presenting What Do You Know?
Yeah, and I think when you look at that 2.26 ERA and compare it to Jim Bibby was a terrific pitcher that year, but it was a little easier to pitch back then than it is right now. Offensive numbers are up a little bit. But what Tommy accomplished, especially a lot of it was accomplished right in this ballpark. Pretty impressive.
Jim Bibby passed away this past winter.
He did. Been sick for quite a while.
Through the first no-hitter in franchise history, the big right-hander.
One of the best teammates you'll ever find. I've never met anybody that didn't like Bibby, as we used to call him.
Stolen away from the Cardinals minor league system to become a Ranger. Go back to that 1974 season, Tom. Bibby and Fergie Jenkins started 82 of the Rangers' 162 games that year, and they completed 40 of them. Nolan Ryan would bust his buttons if a couple of Rangers could do anything close to that.
Yeah, we had pretty much a four-man rotation all year. The other two starters were Jackie Brown and Steve Hargan, who both did a great job. I've told this story before too. Bibby was 19 and 19 on the last day of the season in Minnesota and was sick. And Fergie, on 2 days rest, volunteered to pitch. Billy Martin gave him the ball and he won his 25th game.
Wave and a miss by Rob Johnson. Tommy Hunter, 3 strikeouts through 2 innings, and the Rangers lead 3-0. Ranger to the All-Star game in Anaheim. Michael Young trying to move up the list. Same for Josh Hamilton and Elvis Andrus. Vladimir Guerrero seems to have a lock at the DH spot. Go back to Anaheim. I'm sure the Angels publicly will say they're very happy with Hideki Matsui. But they probably would have been a lot happier having just kept Vlad. Murphy grounding out. David had a strong game defensively last night. In fact, C.J. Wilson joked with the media after the game. He said, "Did you like my game plan? I just tried to have everybody hit the ball near Murphy." And David made every play.
Yeah, he made a couple of that. Diving play was a beautiful diving play.
Holding court. Max Ramirez listening. And C.J. was very good. 7 innings, and that's back-to-back games that the Rangers have gotten 7 innings out of a starter. CJ is always very expressive. Talking about David Murphy, the Home Depot presenting doing more on defense. Got a stab of the ball, and this is the one you're talking about with the all-out dive. Live, Matt Trainer hits one towards center field. Gliding back on the warning track to grab it is Gutierrez for out number 2. 3 straight now set down by Roland Smith after the home run by Hamilton.
Nice swing by Matt. He hit it well too, all the way to the warning track on a line to center field. Tough to hit it over Gutierrez's head though, unless you hit it into the green grass beyond the fence in center field. If it's in the stadium, he's got a chance. He's going to run it down.
Lopez in at third to take away the bunt from Bourbon, and more, as you commented last night, Tag, that seems to be working for Julio. Get that third baseman drawn in.
I just think it gives him something to shoot for and makes him a good hitter.
Shooting that one in a right, a base hit for a suddenly very hot Julio Bourbon. 11 for his last 22.
Oh, that's the kind of at bat we saw last year. Instead of the little pop-ups to left field that we saw early in the year, he's starting to swing the bat. And he gets a pretty good fastball to hit, but he gets on top of it and just hits a nice hard line drive to right field with a nice short, quick, compact swing. He is really looking good right now. A couple of well-hit balls in last night's game, too.
Getting it done off lefties, too. That's a bonus.
Yeah. And that triple against the lefty last night.
That's a confident, quick swing right there.
With that, when he makes contact with that kind of a swing, the ball jumps off his bat.
Line shot, second base. Elvis Andrus is out. Rangers done hitting in the second. They continue to lead 3-0. Tommy Hunter staked to a 3-0 lead and taking on a Seattle team that is dead last in the American League in slugging percentage. This guy's got a home run in this series, though, Michael Saunders. Now he's bunting. And not very well.
Larry Allen almost had it.
Larry's got good hands.
Decided not to go after it, try to make a diving play.
Well, he's doing his job.
Got a long night ahead of him.
Yep. Rangers finishing up this homestand tonight. It's been a nice homestand so far. Taking 2 out of 3 from Tampa Bay, taking 2 out of 3 from Seattle. Saunders, after not getting the bunt down, is going to put one over towards Murphy in right center field. The first hit for Seattle. The native Canadian on first as Sean Figgins comes up. There's some definite disparity height-wise when Saunders hits in front of Figgins. Saunders is 6'5". And Figgins, I'm going to see what they list Figgins as. What do you think they list him as?
5'8".
I think you're probably right. I think he's more like 5'7" for reals.
Yeah, I don't know how much he is, but I'm guessing they list him at 5'8".
Out comes the media guide, and 5'8".
But I don't believe he is 5'8". It might be with that helmet on. It adds about an inch.
I got 5'7" on my driver's license.
The other thing is, whether he's 5'6", 5'7", or 5'8", he doesn't play at that height. He plays like he's about 6'2". He can drive the ball. He's short, but he's strong. And not off to a great start, although in his last 21 games, he's hitting .311. He's starting to hit now.
And .299 over the last 3 weeks. On base percentage is not bad because he walks a lot. But certainly it was a lot better a year ago. It was about .400, the on base percentage last year, which is why he got a lot of money to go to Seattle. And this year he's at .326. Floated right in between Kinsler and Bourbon. A throw, wow, by Bourbon is all the way into the dugout for no reason at all, and Seattle's on the board. Figgins goes all the way to third base on a ball that barely got beyond Kinsler.
I'm not sure exactly what Julio was thinking right there. Saunders, with some nice base running, knew that that ball was going to fall in right off the bat. He never hesitated. He didn't wait to see. And Julio had no chance to throw him out at third base, and then launched it on the run out of the ballpark. He had no chance to get him. I think he was surprised to see him going, but I mean, you can see he's almost at third base when he threw the ball. Now instead of having it first and third, there's a run in, and Figgins is on third base. Play the infield back with Ichiro up, and got a chance to get out with one run if he's on first base, but much less of a chance right now with him on third base. That was just a careless, ill-advised throw. Only way you can say it.
Ichiro, normally you'd say it's a done deal that he's going to get this run home, but Ichiro's had a really tough series. He's got only one hit, and that one hit originally was scored in error. That's that ball that took the funny hop on Justin Smoke. Otherwise, no hits in the series. A 4-game series for Ichiro. Back-to-back nights, he struck out on 3 pitches in his first AB. But he is still Ichiro. He's third in the league in hitting.
Drops that curveball right on the right in the top of the strike zone. A little more in than that.
Infield back here for the Rangers.
Ichiro
is down on strikes again.
That's good pitching right there, because the first strike was a fastball away. He struck him out on a fastball away, and I don't think Ichiro anticipated the location of this fastball on the inside part of the plate. That just was good pitching right there. See, Ichiro's tied up, couldn't even swing at it.
Ichiro had come into this series with a 10-game hitting streak. He had been 18 for 37.
That's what you're talking about when you talk about location of the pitch.
No Langer hands, and good thing for the Mariners that it wasn't the suicide squeeze. We've already seen Eric Burns released off this team because he couldn't get that done.
That's not a bad idea right there. You got the first baseman back, the second baseman back. Doesn't have to be a base hit with one out. You just hit the ball on the ground with a bunt in that direction, you're going to score Figgins from third base. The same thing as a sacrifice fly, really. Nothing you can do to stop it, really.
Of all the things that have gone horribly, cataclysmically wrong for the Mariners this year, nothing was worse than when Burns didn't get that bunt down, and that whole inning just blew up on him back in Seattle. 2-1 the count now on Langer hands.
Tommy's fastball is never straight. Two-seam fastball moves away from the lefties. That looked like he cut that one a little bit. It's kind of coming in a little bit and down just a little bit. That's why he hit on top of the ball.
Young in a bit at third now. Everybody else is back. There's a strike. 2-2.
Very nice fastball curveball combination so far in this game for Tommy.
Got the speedy Figgins down the line at third. And a roller foul. The inning became messy with that ill-advised throw from Bourbon in center field. Tommy Hunter trying to pitch out of that right now. 3-1 the score. The Angels, we mentioned, lost earlier today. Oakland got them 6-1. So the Rangers now 1 game up on the Halos. Oh, it's Trevor Cahill winning again. He's now 5-2.
That kid can pitch, boy. 22 years old. Not a better sinker ball pitcher in the league than him.
The 23-year-old Tommy Hunter will just miss outside the Langerhans. Gutierrez on deck. And again with the infield back. Langerhans takes it, is down and in. Mike Maddox will come out, the Ranger pitching coach. Well, a double play away from getting out of the inning.
Went after him pretty much the same way went after Ichiro. Tried to get him with a fastball in, but it was a little bit down. Just missed his location.
Rangers about to hit the road. When they come back, the Pirates will be in town Tuesday, June 22nd, and that is a free kid Tuesday. Get 1 free ticket for a child 13 and under with every full price adult ticket purchased in select seating areas. Sponsored by 103.7 Light FM. Go to TexasRangers.com/eSavers. Well, the infield now a double play depth. Rangers on top 3-1. Trainer has to dig one out of the dirt. Now we're talking interleague play here. We mentioned the Pirates coming in. The Astros will be the other team in on that next homestand, after the Rangers will have played the Astros the weekend before in Houston. Got nothing but National League teams for the next 2.5 weeks coming up. In the air center field, Bourbon on the march. Figgins with good speed. He's coming. And the throw from Bourbon is too late. Just kind of died on the grass, unfortunately. It's now 3-2. Fly ball was shallow enough to get a not so speedy man at third, probably, but the way Figgins runs, it would have pretty much needed to be a no bounce throw in from that spot. So with 2 runs in and now 2 men down, here's Jose Lopez. We mentioned the A's beat the Angels, tagged some other scores. The White Sox behind John Danks over the Tigers 3-zip today. Omar Vizquel had a home run, his first of the year.
Had 3 hits and 3 runs knocked in, I think, yesterday.
Still doing it at 43. Pretty amazing. Kansas City's got a 3-zip lead in Minnesota tonight. Wilson Betemit, his first home run of the year. And the Blue Jays trying to steal a game in Tampa Bay after losing 3 in a row. They're up 2-1. 5th inning, but Carlos Pena, another home run for the Rays.
Well, we saw the start of it.
Lopez towards right. Murphy coming on, reaching down. Belly flops, holds the baseball. The inning's over.
Had to get a good jump to catch that one. He had a long way to go, and he did get a good jump.
Rangers up 3-2, and a quick reminder to go to FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Vote for the Rangers' top memorable moment that you'd like to see replayed here on Fox Sports Southwest. We'll have a lot of choices. Go check it out at FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Michael Young blasting off to left field against Ryan Rowland-Smith. Goodbye. Home run, Michael Young, second straight game. Career base hit number 1,741 is a homer.
We're talking about the groove that Josh Hamilton has been in the last week or 10 days. Michael's been in the same type of a groove for over a month now. That pitch is right down the center of the plate. Bad location to a good hot hitter. And that's exactly what Michael is right now. He's good and he's hot.
Homer in the first inning yesterday, homer in the third tonight. 7th of the year for Michael, RBI number 39. Now Kinsler, who had that weird bunt double play in the first inning. One of the few things that did not go right for the Rangers early tonight. Kinsler swinging away this time, and he'll dunk one into center, a base hit. You got the sense that Ian was starting to emerge yesterday. Was on base 4 times. One of those on a hit by pitch. He said he got it right under the shoulder blade. 2 hits yesterday, 1 more tonight. And it brings up Vlad Guerrero, who was almost hit by a pitch in the first inning tonight. He twisted away from it, then he belted the next pitch he saw in the left field for an RBI.
One thing that is hampering Rowland-Smith's effectiveness so far is his inability to throw his curveball for a strike. It's got good break to it. He just hasn't been able to locate it near the strike zone. It's a good curveball. Most of them have been so far out of the strike zone that the guys couldn't offer at him. The last one was a good one. It wasn't a strike, but it was tempting enough for Vlad.
Part of Vlad's charm is he is tempted quite easily to swing that bat. Year in, year out, one of the top 3 in all of baseball in terms of percentage of pitches where he actually offers a swing. Swings there, and it tied him up. It's 2-2. Vlad doing so much damage in this ballpark. Check your Ford leaderboard here. Runs batted in at home. Vlad with 33 of them. Well, you can totally see how Vlad would have hurt his ribs a couple times last year for the Angels, taking those swings.
I'm shocked he didn't hurt it last night with that one swing he took, where he just went all the way around. Last pitch was actually a strike.
That one is not. Everything had been down, but
well, that wasn't a bad idea. He'd thrown him a lot of slow curveballs. He was trying to get him to swing at a high fastball, and he probably could have if it was a little bit lower. That was so far high that even Vlad couldn't offer at it.
Well, again, that curveball. Vlad gets a piece. Don Wakamatsu, one-time Ranger bench coach, and a guy that actually had a little bit of history in the Rangers minor league organization. 1 spring training. Runner goes, and Vlad takes ball 4. Bringing up the very hot-hitting Josh Hamilton, who's already banked a home run tonight. The Australian surfer dude, Ryan Roland Smith. Great guy, popular with his teammates and with Twitter Nation. He and C.J. Wilson are Twitter buddies. Right now, the task at hand for him, though, is Josh Hamilton. He's got runs batted in 7 straight games. Pretty good pitch. Outside corner, strike one. To left field. And Saunders on the move has got it. That's the first out of the inning. Took a while for it to happen. I was looking at Ryan Roland Smith's Twitter page right before we came on the air, Tom. I guess we judge a tweeter by who he's following. And it's pretty much all ball players. Guys like Nick Swisher and David Ortiz and Joe Nathan, and we mentioned C.J. Wilson. A couple of the Seattle Seahawks players.
That's who he follows, or that's who follows his?
No, he's chosen 51 people to follow, about 9 of whom are very attractive female blonde people, and everybody else is an athlete. He's got something like, I think it was 6,000 followers. CJ's got to be up at least twice that. I haven't really been scorekeeping on that, but I think CJ is well into the 12 or 14,000 follower range. Justin Smoke, hard hit right under the glove of Figgins. Kinsler coming around. Guerrero is all the way to third as the ball escapes out there on Gutierrez. The Rangers tack on another run.
Well, that was a hard hit smash that just hugged the ground and never came up. It was going to be a very easy double play if Figgins caught it, but it never came up like he anticipated. It just went underneath his glove and rolled all the way out into right center field, but a well-hit ball by Justin.
Check this out. This ball actually gets under 2 gloves of 2 really good fielders. There's Figgins, and now here comes Gutierrez, and it gets by him as well. But no error on the play, at least on Gutierrez.
Now, because Vladimir was going to third anyway, Smoke stayed at first, and Kinsler was going to score, so no error on the center field, right, but an error on Figgins.
Correct. That is how it's scored to get on base, is an E4. And by the way, you're still not among the Twitterati, huh? You're still not tweeting.
No, I'm not tweeting yet.
Okie doke.
I am slowly beginning to at least understand what it is.
Take 2 for Figgins. He'll gather in this one. And safe at first is Murphy. That buys the Rangers another run. Guerrero scores.
Not a hard hit ball, but they did a nice job of almost turning it, but not quite turning it. Cost a run. Not their fault. No. David Speed allowed him to get that RBI.
Tag don't tweet, but Murphy does run, and the Rangers get a run out of that. That could be a trending topic on Twitter. Tag don't tweet. Here is
Tag don't tweet. Tag don't know how to tweet.
Tag just like saying tweet. Among baseball,
if you told me I had to start and I said okay,
yeah,
I wouldn't have the slightest idea what to do.
I'd walk you through it. It's easy. If I can do it, you can do it.
Maybe I had to do it like under a pen name, so they don't know it's me.
You mean like Gern Blanston or something? Just completely make it up. Murphy on the run will slide in there ahead of the throw. He has got the stolen base, and the Rangers, who already are taking ownership of this game here. Remember, they won yesterday 12-2. They're up 6-2 tonight. And there's Murphy with his first steal of the year. Three in the first and 3 in the third for the Rangers to lead 6-2. You know, what you got to watch out for, Tag, is there will be people out there. I mean, they can start like a fake Tom Grieve.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they can call it. You know, you can call it whatever you want. So, you know, somebody could start tweeting.
Someone could steal my domain?
Yeah. Could steal your Twitter identity. Your twit identity.
Fortunately, anyone who knows me at all knows I don't tweet.
Right.
So it can't be me.
It can't be Tom. Trainer towards right field. Langer hands won't get there, and the Rangers will score again.
Oh, that's David Murphy hustling out the double play, stealing second, and scoring on a soft single to right.
Rick Adair will head out to the mound. Remember, their starter yesterday, Ian Snell, didn't get out of the second. Well, Trainer just continues to get it done. And with Tommy Hunter giving up those 2 runs, kind of cheap runs, as far as he's concerned, I'm sure, in the top of the inning, now it doesn't really hurt as much.
Yeah, one of them was unearned.
No idea what Tommy's doing right there. There's ball 1 to Bourbon. So Julio rifled a single in a right field last inning. Already 8 hits for the Rangers tonight, and no action in that Seattle bullpen.
Well, after last night, you mentioned how quickly their starter was gone. Luke French had to throw 70 or 80 pitches. He was their long man last night. And really tonight, they don't have a long man. They have a lot of guys who could pitch, but none of them really are long men. And so Don Wakamatsu is kind of stuck with his starter right now, hoping to get through 5 or 6 innings so he doesn't have to use the bullpen.
John Wetland is the guy that runs the bullpen out there, the former Ranger. That ball getting away from Johnson. He'll go locate the ball only after Trainer is at second base. This inning is not going well for the hyphen guy out there, Ryan Roland Smith. The season is not going well for Mr. Wakamatsu's team. Bourbon has only walked twice all year, steered the count to 3-1. Now 3-2. There is the 3rd walk of the year for Bourbon. By the way, Tag, it's come to my attention that somebody has grabbed the Twitter name Tag Don't Tweet. And
what do they do with it?
It is tweeting under that name, Tag Don't Tweet.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a nice picture of you from the Ramones video accompanying this.
Do they have what his or her name is?
Just says Tag Don't Tweet.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Allen Grieve.
I wonder if I know that person.
Could be you. Maybe you're just funning us.
That's. We'll see how coherent the tweets are, and I'll let you know. If they're coherent, it can't be me.
I'm going to show you this in between innings, and you will laugh. But I'm going
okay.
to have to show you this in between innings, because this will veer us way, way, way off track. Which, you know, never happens on this broadcast. So.
No way.
2-0 the count to Andrews. This is basically like a running tally.
There's going to be a lot of people that already know what you're going to tell me, probably, right?
Well,
they've already looked.
This is like a running best of Tag. Like everything you've said this year that's funny or interesting.
Or stupid.
Or stupid.
They got a lot of stuff to talk about then. I just appreciate that someone is doing that for me.
Nice, very well.
No, I don't have. Not only does Tag not tweet, he don't have to tweet. Someone's doing it for him. Got my people working on it.
You got people?
Yeah.
Andrews will foul it. And Michael Young, who started this inning with a home run, waits on deck. Roland Smith struggling through it here. His second inning wasn't really bad at all. Starting with that first row home run by Michael here in the third. It has been a real struggle. Runners go. Elvis takes. It is called strike 3 to end the inning. It's all right, Elvis. 4 runs have scored. Show us a 7-2, if you will. Rangers over Seattle. Balloons. I don't think you can buy those here. Boy, 7-2 Rangers. They are just pounding the Mariners again. It was 12-2 yesterday, 7-1 the day before. And the Mariners very fortunate they had Cliff Lee going in the opener of this series. They won that game 4-2. And so far, Mr. Grieve, with Tommy Hunter on the mound since coming up from AAA, the 2 games in which he's pitched, the Rangers have outscored their opponents 13-3. One of the runs that Tommy's allowed tonight was unearned. We saw C.J. Wilson yesterday. Once he got a big lead, he just started attacking that strike zone. And the pace of the game picked up. The Rangers just kind of kept on rolling at that point. We'll see if Tommy can do the same thing. He's at 2-2 to Wilson. Off the end of the bat, Justin Smoke backpedaling, going over the shoulder.
What a catch. He's smiling because he was searching for that, made a stab in the dark and caught it. That was fair, too.
It was. That would have been a base hit for Wilson. If you've ever walked into a room that you're not familiar with and tried to find a light switch, and you're just groping around for it, just hoping that you hit it, that's kind of what Justin Smoke was doing here, and he got it.
Nice play. He'd actually overrun it a little bit. Picks it up right here, reaches back, and it goes right in the middle of his glove. A nice play.
Yeah, that panicked expression. And then no big deal because he had the baseball. Strike to Mike Karp. To left field, and Hamilton retreating. Well, you got to admit, it's fun when every facet of the game works in concert. You know, when everybody's hitting, the fielding's great, and the starting pitchers come out there and throw strikes.
You're right. It makes it look easy. And then you go through a stretch where you're hitting the ball hard. You can't buy a base runner. You can't score a run. That's baseball. Over 162 games, you see stretches of everything. Been a good homestand for the Rangers.
All right, by the way, before we close this subject, now that you've at least glimpsed the greatness of the Twitter site Tag Don't Tweet, your thoughts?
Well, I'd say it's pretty clever, but I really can't take credit for it.
Ooh, that one nailing Rob Johnson. With 2 out of here in the 4th inning.
And I would recommend for people that are offended by mild language to not go to it.
Well, that's Twitter in general, though, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now
you said any off-color things on your tweet?
I have not said anything, I don't think, off-color.
Okay.
Although, according to this fake Tom Greaves site, you're following one person, and it's me. So thank you very much. I appreciate you doing that.
Okay.
Give you a little shout out next time I tweet. Saunders takes, and it's 1-0. It really is. I mean, not to get all, social commentary on you here. The athletes now staying in touch with each other and really starting to talk to the media sometimes through this technology. I think you see it in football even more than in baseball, where you really do have control now of, what you want out there. You say, hey, go to my Twitter site. I'll tell you what I want you to know. Football players only talk usually once a week anyway. Well, but on their Twitter accounts, they can talk all day long. Rangers are on to Milwaukee when this game is over. They haven't been to Milwaukee as a team since 1997. Inside 3-1. Brewers won a crazy game today, beating the Cubs in extra innings. Carlos Gomez scored from first on a bunt in the bottom of the 10th inning to win the game. A smash and a right, a base hit for Saunders. Got up in the count 3-1. Johnson wheeling around going to third. And Saunders 2 for 2.
Yeah, he's had some good swings tonight. Both of his base hits to right field have been stroked with authority.
By the way, the Orioles are beating the Yankees tonight, 4-3. And trying to keep you updated on that one if we can tonight, because, well, that game was started by Jake Arrieta, the TCU product, his major league debut for Baltimore. And he went 6 innings, striking out 6, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs.
Pretty nice appearance.
Gave up a Curtis Granderson triple and a Derek Jeter double to drive in some runs. But yeah, really not a bad performance at all. Baltimore came into that game with little to lose, starting a young pitcher just up from the minors. The Orioles 16-43. $23 games out. Ball to Figgins, 2-1. The Red Sox, who got hammered yesterday by the Indians, paying them back tonight, 5-3 in the 6th inning. It's John Lester on the mound for Boston tonight. Figgins, line shot, and boy, that 2-out hit batsman comes back to bite Tommy Hunter. Pitching with the big lead. He's got to get a visit now from Mike Maddox at 7-3. And the bottom 2 guys in the order for Seattle are 4 for 4. And here's a weird sentence to say, Tom. The least productive hitter in this series for Seattle is coming up, Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah, without that scoring change, he'd be shut out so far.
He'd be 0 for 13 if it wasn't for that. Our Cabot Woodstein legendary performance. Ichiro on this date 8 years ago played against So Taguchi. First time that Japanese position players were head-to-head. Been plenty of Japanese pitchers that have come on over, not as many position players. The Mariners had 2 for a while with Kenji Jojima coming over to catch. But he's gone back home. Chased by Michael Young. Oh, he almost did what Smoke did. Very tough chance. He just took that shot at it, that little stab at it, but he couldn't hold it.
Wasn't really high. He just kind of sliced down the third baseline, so Michael didn't have as much time to get back on it. Couldn't quite get to it.
Tommy's ahead of Ichiro 0-2. Let's see if he can finish him off here.
Oh, he's got him with fastballs both times. One high and away for a swing and a miss, and one in for a strike. Trying to throw this high, too, it looks like.
And a bounding ball towards third. Young, little double clutch, but gets rid of it. Ichiro, a 1 for 14 series. Rangers on top 7-3. That he hasn't played in out in the field this year. It's kind of Ironmanish. Our AT&T trivia question ties in with what we just told you. The Rangers' single season record for most innings played in the field. Who's got it? And whoever's got it, that is a taxing total because you play so often in the heat. I have to imagine it's just simply easier to play 162 games in Seattle than it is in St. Louis or Arlington.
One bad thing they've got going for them is their travel. They put a lot of miles on the board in the year.
Seattle's road trip right now is ludicrous. We've talked about it already on this homestand. From Seattle to Arlington, then tonight they load up and go to San Diego. And then they head out to St. Louis and then back to Seattle. So unless we missed a memo on continental drift, it's just not very well organized. Up too high, 3-2. Michael homering to left field. Last inning, number 7. High drive left field again. He just missed it.
Just got underneath that hanging curveball.
Almost 2 home runs in 2 innings. Next up will be in Kinsler. First, we go to Jim Notch.
All right, thanks, Josh. We have a few Euless school teachers out on hand at the ballpark tonight. What's this all about, Big Guy?
Hey, we're out here celebrating the end of the year with no kids.
No kids, very good. Also another celebration,
Yes,
some things
sir.
happening.
This is Betty and Mike. They're on their first date. They met on a blind date right outside of the ballpark here at Gates, first base.
Really? Okay, Betty and Mike. How's it going, Mike?
You know what? I'll get back to you at the end of the game.
Yep, end of the game. Okay, very good. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck and congratulations in the year there as school teachers. All right.
Thank you, Jim. You think Mike wants a redo there? It's just going awesome. She's unbelievable. I'm smitten. A ground out for Kinsler, 2 away.
Not sure what has to happen for him to have a good time at the game. Maybe he's looking for a Ranger win. He just doesn't want to declare this early in the game.
Yeah, that's probably what he meant.
Looking for a Ranger win. I don't blame him. A couple of hard hit balls for 2 outs. Michael just got underneath that long fly ball, and Ian hit the ball hard. Right at him.
Now, Roland Smith the first time tried to bury one way inside on Vlad. This time he stays way away from him. On the ground to short, and Josh Wilson will get it across. Rangers done in order. 10-4 tonight. The Rangers lead by 4. And that would be George Wright. Missed only 23 innings in 1983. Tom Grieve must have at least one George Wright story to offer.
Let's see. George wasn't a controversial guy.
No.
He was just a real fundamentally sound, steady player. So I couldn't come up with anything out of the ordinary for George. I admired the way he played. He played hard all the time.
Native Oklahoman. Was mid-80s, 4 years with the Rangers.
A real good defensive center fielder for sure.
Talking real good Ranger defense, Mark McLemore will be joining us in this inning.
The doctor of defense.
That's what I'm talking about. And he joins us right now. I'm shocked. You just materialized right here. A 7-3 lead, and let's talk Ranger defense. So Justin Smoke made a fantastic over-the-shoulder play. David Murphy continues to get to everything in right field. It's been fun.
It has been fun. I'll tell you what, that play Smokey made, that's a very tough play for a first baseman. Running away from the ball's tailing, you don't really know what it's going to do. And stuck his glove out, and that's usually what happens a lot of times. You stick the glove out, and hey, there it is.
Right before it was on top of old Smokey. Wanger hands the batter, 3-1 the count. And the walk. Now, this is a bit troubling. You've got this nice 7-3 lead, and you'd like to see Tommy Hunter in coast mode, but no guarantees right now on throwing strikes.
Tommy didn't have any trouble throwing strikes in his start the other day against Tampa Bay. Didn't walk anybody in that game. Walked 3 so far in this one, though.
Mark McLemore will be on the set of Rangers Live after the game tonight. We've been talking social media all night tonight, and Mac, here's a way you can ask the analyst. You can text your questions to 57538 and note the new keyword. If you want to get in touch with Mac, well, by golly, you've got a keyword that says Mac.
Wow, how about that?
Makes it real easy. 57538 is where you text. See, Mac, you're a keyword now. You've arrived.
That is something special.
Mac, one of the key plays in this game so far was that smash that Smoke hit toward Figgins. What'd you see happen on that to Figgins?
I'll tell you what, a lot of times when I just think he lost it for a second there. A lot of times when that ball is low like that, you've got the backdrop of the stands, and it's just tough to pick it up.
It goes through the white shirts.
Absolutely, and you can lose it in a heartbeat. I'll tell you what, seeing as though we're going to Milwaukee tomorrow, Milwaukee used to be one of the toughest places to see those balls in the digging.
Because they had the low seats, didn't they?
Yes.
The seats started right at field level.
Right there, and it was very difficult to see there.
I remember the infielders talking about that.
What about hitters' backgrounds, Mac? What are some of the ballparks where you just had a tough time picking up the ball trying to hit it?
Safeco was one. When Safeco first opened, it was very difficult. We had a lot of problems with the backdrop. The ivy hadn't grown in yet, and they just could not get the right color green to keep it dark. Usually about the first 2.5, 3 innings, it was very difficult to see.
They would talk about the glare coming off of that paint.
The one that they ended up with is it pretty good now?
It is pretty good. They solved that problem. The ivy finally grew in, so that really did a lot for it. But until that ivy grew in, they finally found that right combination of green. We no longer had problems.
Lopez will knock that one in the air towards left. That ball got in on him a bit, so he doesn't completely get around. Out number 2. I remember they even played with the idea of a moving sun shield that could, like Montgomery Burns once conspired to do on The Simpsons, just block out the sun. Just, like this big blockade that would move in. They were panicked to try to figure out, with a $500 million stadium, how can you solve this pretty big problem?
Well, a $500 million stadium with no walls, no sides. They were trying to figure it out. But I'll tell you what, it was there was a rough time there when we first discovered that, and even the officials from upstairs came down in the batter's box to really take a look and really see exactly how difficult it was for a hitter to see.
Stolen base for Langerham's got a great jump. Hunter just really wasn't paying that much attention, and off he went.
Did you get Chuck Armstrong in the batter's box?
Got Chuck Armstrong in the batter's box.
Throw some high hard.
There you go. Watch yourself. Here, Chuck, do you see that?
No, I didn't see it. I see what you mean now.
Inside to Josh Wilson. Hunter continues to fall behind. Calisthenics begin in the Ranger bullpen. Looks like 7 a.m. gym class out there.
And, you know, I'll tell you what, there wasn't a phone call made down there to the bullpen to tell those guys to get loose. Those 2 or 3 guys, they understand what their role is. They know what it is, and they see Tommy getting, in a little bit of trouble, and they're trying to just be ready. You have that happen in the bullpen. You have it happen in the dugout late in the ball game. If your ball club is behind, if you're an extra guy, you know that there's a possibility that you're going to get in the ball game. So you go up and you start getting loose just so the manager knows that he can call on you.
It's ironic when they flap their arms right in front of that chicken sign, too. Kinsler takes care of that. Mac, thank you very much. See you on the Center Rangers Live.
All right, babe. Another good job, Mac. You held them scoreless. I love it.
7-3. Works Friday. Got the chips and dip platter giveaway on Saturday in the Reckless Kelly postgame concert. Sunday, Los Tigres del Norte, the pregame concert. There's Josh Hamilton.
Just foul.
Well, the bat is just foul.
Almost had a base hit with that bat. That's a long way to launch your bat, boy.
Anyway, Los Tigres del Norte play pregame Sunday the 27th. And the Rangers and Astros at 7. There's the flight of the bat.
Might be the longest bat throwing episode of the year right there.
Big swing that time. It's 0-2. All right, Coors Light, cold hard blast. Josh Hamilton. Home run number 13 back in the first inning tonight. He will chase here. And down he goes. It's 5 straight retired by Ryan Roland Smith. And the Rangers with a couple of home runs tonight. $21,000 raised to support prostate cancer research. To make a pledge, call 1-800-798-CURE or log on to pcf.org.
Well, the numbers don't look good for Roland Smith. 7 runs, 8 hits, but that one error that Figgins made in the third inning caused, I think it's 3 unearned runs. It actually thrown the ball a little bit better than the overall numbers might indicate. Could have gotten out of the third inning with just Michael Young's home run, and it'd be a pretty good ball game.
Rangers have been getting fat off of big innings on this homestand. They had the 7-run inning against Tampa Bay. Had a 6-run second last night. They've got a 3 and a 4 on the board tonight. 2 down, David Murphy coming up. So off to Milwaukee are the Rangers after the game. The Rangers and Brewers do play in spring training a couple times a year, so they're not completely unfamiliar with each other. The Rangers will see 2 lefty starters. There's a base hit for Murphy. Nelson Cruz will not quite be ready for the Milwaukee series. Looking more like the Marlins series, where he'll be hopefully coming off the DL. Rangers will face Chris Narveson and Manny Parra, 2 lefties to get going. And then the Fort Worth native Giovanni Gallardo in the finale on Sunday. Gallardo probably going to be an all-star tag. His ERA is 2.4.
Yeah, his numbers are as good as most pitchers in baseball. There might be a few guys having a better year, but he's one of the toughest guys to hit in the National League. He's a good hitter, too.
Speaking of hitters, they've got Ryan Braun. They've got Prince Fielder, 2 of the brashest, most powerful hitters in the entire National League. Casey McGee's having a great year. Corey Hart, a great year. Trainer line shot to third, grabbed by a leaping Lopez. We are now at the end of 5. The Rangers lead 7-3 on Seattle. And it really hasn't wobbled much since then, Mr. Grieve. He's been very good.
Yeah, he's battled tonight. I don't think he's quite as sharp as he was in his last start, but with Tommy, you're going to get 100% effort on every pitch. He's had a good curveball. Not quite the command he'd like to have with his fastball, but at the end of 5 innings, he's only given up 2 earned runs, battling through it just like you'd expect him to do.
82 pitches, not bad. Hunter to Carp. And strike 1 called. Again, the Angels have lost. Oakland got them 6-1. Into right field, a base hit for Carp. right by a lunging Justin Smoke. Carp from the Mets organization in that J.J. Putz trade a couple of years ago. Now the batter will be Rob Johnson, who had a bunch of off-season surgeries. He had one wrist and both hips operated on this November and December. Hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the fourth. The way the standings are right now in the AL West, the Rangers have only 27 losses. Both the Angels and the A's have 30. That sounds like a big lead, but the Angels have played 4 more games than the Rangers have. And the Rangers haven't had a rainout. It was just the quirky schedule. The Rangers had all those off days in late May. The Angels did not. There's the up-to-the-minute AL West, brought to you by Jack in the Box. 3-0 pitch, and Rob Johnson takes the strike. Matt Harrison starting to get loose in that Ranger bullpen. Back from 3-0 to 3-2 for Tommy Hunter. Hunter having allowed just the 1 run on a home run that game against Tampa Bay. Well, after getting behind 3-0, that's 2 right down the middle. Pass the mound near short. Elvis racing to the back steps and throws. Got it. Double play.
Just what Tommy needed. Came back from 3-0 through a good sinker, got the ground ball. Elvis had to wait for the hop, then dance around the bag and make the throw on the run, and 2 quick outs. Big pitch. Nice play by Elvis.
Don't know if Elvis will win a Gold Glove this year, but he's got gold hair now at least. Tom, did you see the highlights that he had put in his hair tonight?
No.
If he takes his cap off at some point, you'll see he's gone kind of half blonde. Very nicely done here, having to elude the incoming runner. A little bit outside here to Saunders.
He hasn't thrown a lot of changeups, but that was a good one right there.
Yeah, Saunders sure wasn't expecting it.
Saunders has been on his fastball pretty good, so it's probably a good pitch to throw to him.
Pitch count under 100 on a warm June night. Breaking ball stays up. Again, the Rangers have had both Colby Lewis and C.J. Wilson turn in 7 innings the last couple of nights. Here's Tommy Hunter trying to check in with 6, and he does. He strikes out Saunders.
Came back with a changeup. That was a good one, too.
The Rangers continue to lead the Mariners 7-3. 9-1-2 in the order here. Bourbon, who's been on base twice, is going to bunt, but not very well. It goes behind him. Julio 11 for his last 22. And that batting average is getting close to 270. The way things were going for Julio in April, that's fantastic. He's going to send this one foul to the left. Rangers trying to get to 23-11 here at home. A home field advantage that really was not there this decidedly the last few years. There's Darren Oliver getting ready.
Darren hasn't pitched in 5 or 6 days. He needs to get an outing just to stay in. Look at this.
Yep, right up the middle it goes. Bourbon 2 more hits, and he is a 270 hitter now.
Oh, nice job. Left-hand pitcher.
Elvis Andrus coming up. We say hello to Rick Renner.
Hey guys, want to remind everybody to check out the website at foxsportssouthwest.com. We'll have complete post-game coverage on the website if you don't get a chance to see Rangers live. And we got the latest on the Big 12. Colorado now packing their bags because they're going to the Pac-10. We'll give you 5 good reasons why the Big 12 should still exist. Back to you.
Down to second base. Bourbon is out. And Ron Washington out to argue the point. Thank you, Rick, by the way. And now the Rangers continue to take chances on the bases. It's just not happening for him a lot this year.
Not sure what happened there. Elvis squared around like he was going to bunt. Julio was running, but didn't get a very good jump. It didn't look like. I'm not sure what he was doing. Looked like at first a delayed steal, but then he stopped. I think he saw the way the ball went by Elvis and thought he could make it anyway. And it looked like he did make it, unless he came off the bag. Looked like for a split second his right hand beats the throw, and then he slides by the base, transfers it to his left hand.
Seattle's got the bullpen going now. Roland Smith has done what Snell could not yesterday. That's just kind of steer out of the skid long enough to give Seattle some more innings. One last look here. That's a tough call by Jeff Nelson down there. Andrews bloops this one foul. Still waiting for Elvis to take off the helmet so he can show us the pretty new do. Slowly hit. Josh Wilson's got to get rid of it right now. He does. And Elvis is out by half a step.
Nice play. He knew he had to get rid of it, and he did. As soon as it hit his glove, it was on its way back to first base.
Yep, good call. And now Michael Young. There's the kind of blonde Elvis. Kind of disappointed Elvis. Young, another smash, another base hit. He's got 3 tonight, and no, this whole catching and passing Pudge thing is not going to happen here in Arlington. Doesn't look that way now. He's at 1742. He is 5 away from Pudge, but it sure is looking like it might happen in Milwaukee this weekend now.
He's got 3 ropes and a fly ball to deep left field on a hanging curveball that he just missed. 4 good at bats for Michael, 3 more hits.
Up to date. There's the heavily tattooed Brandon League. High 90s heat, very good slider. Former Toronto Blue Jay. And we'll dart one right in there to Kinsler. League, the native Hawaiian, will miss up and in. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Rangers tonight. 3 runs on 5 for Seattle. They're in danger of losing 3 out of 4 here. Ten games between these two teams this year, Tom, and the Rangers have sported an ERA against Seattle of 1.7 in those 10 games.
Our video technician is Greg Gamble, and tonight he and his wife Ann are celebrating their 38th anniversary.
Wow.
He's celebrating it here at the ballpark working, and she's celebrating at home
by having him working. Toward short, right under the glove of Wilson. Young takes a turn and goes to third.
Well, the Rangers had a huge break earlier in the game when a harder hit ball did the same thing to Figgins, and the Rangers ended up scoring 3 unearned runs to get to 7. And the reason they enjoy the 4-run lead is because of that error by Figgins, and now they have a chance to add another run on a ball that would have been the last out of the inning.
Vlad's going to get a chance to hit with 2 men on. If he happens to hit one out, he's going to take over the league lead in runs batted in. Another Seattle pitcher pitching Vlad inside. Vlad does not seem real pleased with that approach. Up the middle. Payback again for Vlad Guerrero. Both times he's been thrown, well, close to his person. Let's put it that way. The very next pitch, he rips an RBI single. On base 3 times tonight for Big Bad Vlad.
The Rangers have really taken advantage of the 2 errors that Seattle has made. That's their 4th unearned run. League throws a low to mid-90s sinker. Vlad tops the ball, but finds the hole right through the box, right up the middle, past second base. Scores Michael. Rangers add to their lead.
Hamilton, a grounder off the glove of a diving first baseman. Carp. Figgins will get it across, but not in time. Head first slide for Hamilton. Kinsler scores. It's 9-3. Three runs batted in for Hamilton tonight.
I think Ron Washington would say he would rather see Josh go through the bag running, standing, than take a chance diving into first base that you might jam your wrist or hurt a finger. Well, hustling all the way, he definitely beat it. Picked up his 2nd hit of the game and his 3rd run batted in.
That's a great play by Figgins to barehand. And Kinsler scoring as Hamilton is safe.
The Rangers just continue to take advantage of the opportunities that the 2 errors by the middle infielders for Seattle have presented to them. It's the 5th unearned run of the game.
Two on base now for Justin Smoke. He reached on one of those errors that you're talking about. A foul ball. Hey, by the way, I've been getting asked, I'm sure you have too, so I'll just throw it out there. Do you ever find that sport coat or no?
No. A lot of people have asked, and I'd like to have closure. So I've made my own closure. I'm not expecting to find it.
You're just letting it go.
I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
Yep. But I appreciated the concern. People that have been asking me about it.
It's very zen of you. I mean, it's
the only way I could get by it.
Smoke up over top. Well, happy to report that on this upcoming road trip, with the average humidity at probably about 111%, we get to wear short sleeves. So,
and
no sport coat necessary.
No coat necessary, except on the plane. So, I've got one for this trip. Then, if I lose this one, I will not be as disappointed.
Justin Smoke rips one into right center field. The route is on. Up against the Snapple sign. One run is already scored. Another one coming around. The Rangers with another big inning. It's 11-3.
That's another rope, too. Seven unearned runs in this game. As soon as Wilson made that error, Guerrero, Hamilton, and Smoke have all had hits to drive in runs. A fastball right down the middle of the plate. You can throw it 105 miles an hour and someone's going to hit that pitch.
Murphy is the 8th Ranger to hit in this inning. Boy, 4 runs in, but still no Sonic Slam winner. Everything has stayed in the yard in this inning. Another ball is going to shoot into center field. Another hit. Another run. It's 12-3.
You talk about an error opening up the floodgates. The league's fastball sinks, and he throws it 95 miles an hour. But the Rangers are not having a problem with
it. The Rangers batting around for the second time tonight. Matt Trainer comes up. They go back to the last couple games already. The Rangers, for the first time all year, had bunched 19 runs over a stretch of 2 games. Now you can make it 31 runs over a stretch of 3. And it really tells you how good Cliff Lee was on Monday night. He was shutting the Rangers out into the 9th.
Yeah, the Rangers saw a couple of good pitchers. They saw Matt Garza, who was throwing the ball well for Tampa Bay, and then Cliff Lee.
Trainer chasing down on strikes, but the Rangers add 4 to the score, actually 5 to the scoreboard. They got a 3-run inning, a 4 and a 5 tonight, and they lead 12-3 over Seattle. 12-2 win yesterday. It's 12-3 already tonight. 15 hits for the Rangers. And 2 big errors have led to a ton of unearned runs tonight. Darren Oliver probably needs to get some work in. The Rangers haven't needed him much lately. That's sparkling 1.59 ERA, and he'll be called on to pitch the 7th. Tommy Hunter, not bad, huh? 6 innings tonight.
No, I think what you'd say about Tommy's performance tonight, a solid, gutsy performance. Walked 3, didn't walk any in his first start. He struck out 5, battled out of a couple of jams, gave up 2 earned runs in 6 innings. Quality start. Tommy's just called up, had 2 starts on this homestand, and did a very nice job, obviously.
Some other changes defensively, and we'll get to those in just a moment. First a strike taken by Figgins. Joaquin Arias is in playing second. So Kinsler gets to head on off the field, and Blanco takes over at third for Michael Young. This has been pretty steady. When the Rangers take a big lead, Ron Washington gets the guys who play every day a little bit of a break.
Well, those last 3 innings off just might make it a little easier for Ian and Michael to feel fresh for tomorrow's game, even though we're going to have a long flight, get in early in the morning.
That's a nice start for Oliver, striking out his former Angels teammate.
It's just amazing how easy Darren makes it look.
It's true. Ichiro coming up. We go to Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Josh. Time for the progressive fan of the game. You know, it has to be this guy, Matt. He's a big-time Ranger fan. Has been dating this girl for the last 2 months. Comes to the game for the first time to meet her parents. Matt, you've been rooting the Rangers on all night long. You got a tough crowd to please tonight. Here's your progressive bag, the shirt, the hat. Congratulations. Do you think you won them over?
Oh, absolutely. Of course I won them. Look at this family. They're great.
What do you think?
As long as he's a Ranger fan, that's all that
I heard he's going to ask your daughter to marry her next week.
No!
Congratulations. Way to go, man.
Good get right there, Jim. Way to go.
As long as he's a Ranger fan, we'll accept him.
Everybody's blushing in that entire
That's
picture we
great.
just saw. Ichiro fouls one back to the net. Did you have to impress the heck out of Kathy's folks back in the day?
I knew them for a long time before we got married. So I don't know if I impressed them or not. I think they were just as happy with me as I was with them. Couldn't have better in-laws.
You were the number 6 pick in the nation. What else do they want? Number 5?
I don't think they were too worried about the baseball part of it.
The 0-2 and Ichiro having
a night for Ichiro.
Well, what a tough series he's having, and the Rangers just keeping him down. He's 1 out of 15 with 5 strikeouts in this series.
I think this is the worst game I've ever seen Ichiro have. He struck out 3 times, and the only ball he put in play was a fastball that he just tapped toward third base. Tommy had his number, and Darren does in the 7th inning as well. And get him while you can, because you might face him when every swing of the bat is a base hit. And we've seen a lot of games like that.
Yeah. 9 pitches, 9 strikes for Darren Oliver. So much for the rust. Oh, sorry, Darren. Now a couple out of the strike zone. It's 2-1. To the Round Rock native, Ryan Langerhans. Now the count 2-2. Whoa, close, but no.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, well, apparently it is.
I guess it is for Darren.
Yeah. Seventh inning stretch, all Rangers. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you by the Ford F-150. Ford is the best in Texas, and by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. The Rangers will face a new pitcher here in the bottom of the seventh. This one is all over but the proverbial shouting. And Sean Kelly will take over on the mound. Ryan Rowland-Smith started this game in front of a crowd of 19,674 tonight. Bourbon stays hot. Another base hit for him. He's been on base 4 times tonight with 3 hits and just his 3rd walk of the year.
It's just exactly what we saw last year. He's got his stroke back. He's got his timing back. And with the success he's having, I'm sure he's got his confidence back. He's not just feeling for the ball. He's not just slapping pop-ups to left field. He's driving the ball. Nice, short, quick stroke. And that is a welcome sight to see. Now you've got Julio 9th, Elvis 1st, back-to-back guys with speed getting on base. Offense can't help but thrive under those circumstances.
All this hitting that's going on, and Elvis, who was the Rangers' hottest hitter, he's just 1 for 9 in what has been this offensive tsunami the last couple of games. Back-to-back 12-run performances for the Ranger hitters. Our Coors Light Freeze Cam will show you some Elvis Andrus defense tonight. And now back live, Elvis taking and takes a called 3rd strike. And is out number 1 in the inning. So a 1 for 10 the last couple of games for Elvis. First at bat for Blanco, hitting in where Michael Young had been, that number 2 spot in the order. Michael ends up 3 for 4 tonight. And we now know, Tom, that he will hit the road 5 hits away from the Pudge Rodriguez franchise record. I'm going back, seeing what you and I forecast way back when in the middle of May.
I had Houston. I'm way off. Michael was way too hot for me.
You had June 19th against Houston. I had June 16th in Florida. Blanco pops one way up into the air. Langer, hands crossing over, has got it. If it happens in Milwaukee, the guys that are in play are director Dave Burchett. He said June 12th. That's 2 days away. I think Kelly Donaldson is looking good back there in that video room. He said June 13th. And that would be the Sunday afternoon game. But I'm told you must be present to win. So I think that disqualifies Kelly. Kelly's not making the road trip as much as he likes hops and barley and that kind of thing. He's not going to Milwaukee. That's incredible. Arias, his first at bat, he fouls one. Fly ball off the bat of Arias, takes off into right center. Back near the track. And there's Langerhans to put it away. The Rangers do not score, but they have already done plenty tonight. They lead 12-3. And by Yokohama, technology drives better tires. Changes for the Rangers. They got a big lead tonight again. They're going to go to the road with some confidence here. Darren O'Day is among the changes. A 2.31 ERA as he takes the mound, getting into his 29th game of the year. Craig Gentry is in the game now in left. End of the night for Josh Hamilton. Ends up with a 3 RBI evening. What a nice inning for Darren Oliver in relief to Tommy Hunter. And the Rangers with 7 runs, then 12, then 12 the last 3 games. We'll get the Brewers trembling in their boots a little bit. Facing a couple of righties here is Darren O'Day, Gutierrez, and then Lopez. 3 and 4 guys. Tommy Hunter's going to get to 2-0. And remember, he was supposed to be part of this Rangers starting rotation before he pulled that oblique muscle, warming up for a spring training game right after St. Patrick's Day. Nice play by Arias, charging into barehand.
Yeah, that ball was not an easy barehand because it was rolling pretty well. It didn't bounce up to him either. It had to reach down to the ground, trap the ball on the ground, and make the throw. Real nice play. Yeah, Tommy was throwing the ball well in spring training. He only had a couple of outings, 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 5 innings. But he was right on track to start the season in the rotation, throwing the ball really well, coming off a good season. But he made the best out of the setback, and he's back throwing the ball well again.
One strike to Jose Lopez. Make it 2 strikes to Jose Lopez. One thing Darren O'Day is really all about, and we've seen this for 2 years now, he just gets out there and throws strikes. Chevy, once again, a proud sponsor of youth baseball programs throughout the state of Texas. If you'd like to learn more, go to ChevyTexasBaseball.com. Into that crowd of about 20,000. Well, it's going to be a while before the Rangers are back home. When they come home, a team we almost never see, the Pittsburgh Pirates, will be the opponent on June 22. Got a couple of exciting players on that team. Andrew McCutchen.
Well, this is the year you want to have Washington at home. I hope he gets Steven Strasburg for a home game just to see what it would mean attendance-wise. It'd be exciting to watch that.
Cleveland's got that coming this weekend. Strasburg's going to pitch on Sunday, and all of a sudden, the place to be in Cleveland is their ballpark to watch Strasburg.
If I was in a city and had a chance to go see him pitch, I would definitely go. That was some kind of excitement to watch that the other night.
Lined into the crowd by Lopez. Well, striking out the last 7. A fever pitch in that ballpark. That guy's on the cell phone and saying, I just got hit in the head with a baseball. No, he didn't get hit. All right, good. Yes, sir. Out number 2.
Well, Lopez wanted to swing at it, but he was fooled by the slider, but he knew it was strike 3. He was on his way back to the dugout before Larry Vanover made the call. Five up, 5 down, 4 strikeouts for the bullpen so far.
Lifted to right field off the bat of Wilson. That's Murphy's play, and he's got it. Boy, things are just going really well for the Rangers these last few games. It'll be a happy plane ride to Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Think Nelly will be laughing?
Yeah, I do. for extraordinary performance tonight. Ranger defense. David Murphy has been making one of these kind of plays every night. With Nelson Cruz on the DL, he's getting that chance. Here's Justin Smoke, shot in the dark. Had it all the way. Rangers in total control tonight. 12-3 is their lead, and Vlad Guerrero now gets to hit against a lefty. So, what did T.O. say that one year? Pop your popcorn or whatever. Just settle in and let's watch Vlad Guerrero against Garrett Olson. A 5.79 ERA for the former Oriole. Line shot foul. Get your popcorn ready because he's going to be swinging again.
2 more hits for Vlad. His average is up over 340. He's knocked in his 53rd run. He's scored 3 times.
Ripped into the crowd. Frankie Francisco's gotten up in the bullpen. Looks like he'll be getting an inning in tonight. Everybody who needs an inning gets an inning in a game like this one. Gentry will follow Guerrero. Yeah, 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored for Vlad. Just another day at the office for him. Big swing, he didn't get it.
Boy, you will not see that very often. A fastball near the strike zone that he swings and misses at.
Sorry to those of you to whom I sent to the microwave to pop your popcorn.
Actually was a strike. He's human.
No.
Almost.
Yeah, well. Gentry batting where Hamilton was sitting. Hamilton a 3 RBI night tonight. And a grounder to second base. Now, Josh Hamilton, you talked about it earlier, Tom, trying to redo his swing a little bit. And, you know, it's what Rudy Jaramillo worked with him on last spring training, and it just didn't quite click. The elimination of that toe tap. But now, for some reason, Josh has found a way to make it all make sense. And ever since the reworking, the elimination of that toe tap, he's hitting about 380.
And I think the whole style that he's taken batting practice with now has something to do with it too. Clinton has gotten him to try to line the ball into left center field instead of seeing how far he can hit the ball out of the ballpark to right field. I think, you know, with that home run derby a couple of years ago, I think there's a lot of times Josh felt when there's fans in the stands watching batting practice, that's what they want to see, and he's probably right. But it's not the only way to get prepared for the game. And with his strength, if he can hit those line drives back through the middle in batting practice, all you have to do is get the trajectory a little bit different in the game. They're going to shoot out of the ballpark anyway. We've seen that the last couple of nights, 2 line drives to the Ranger bullpen for home runs with that approach.
Justin Smoke turns on one, sends it right down the line. It is fair. And yes, he can hit lefties. 2 for his last 3 after being 2 for 37. Two doubles for Justin Smoke tonight. The Rangers have 17 hits. Just inside the chalk. And now Murphy, who has 2 runs batted in his first steal of the year. Now the Rangers, when they hit the road, their lead will be a 1.5 games on the Angels. It'll be 2 games over the Oakland A's and 10 over the Seattle Mariners. That ball popped near that left field line. Wilson takes command, and that's the inning. 12 runs on 17 hits is where it's probably going to stop for the Rangers tonight. They've got 3 outs left to get. Have your bag. It's on by Progressive. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And by the Ford F-150. Check out the 2010 F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. Hats off to the Rangers and how they have fought back against this Seattle team after dropping the opener of a 4-game series. 7-1, 12-2, and 12-3. They have just pasted it. The Mariners about to go to 8-2 against them for the year. Frankie Francisco called on here, Mr. Grieve, to get the last 3 outs.
Well, the bullpen has been sharp. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Darren Oliver. Darren O'Day, 3 up, 3 down with 1 strikeout. Now it's Frankie's turn. Solid performance by Tommy Hunter. And hits all over the field. The other thing that's pretty significant, the 2 errors that the middle infielders made for Seattle resulted in 8 unearned runs for the Rangers.
Well, they're hanging in there, those Mariner fans. You got to give them credit. The old logo. Can't even make fun of that. That's a good fan right there. Clark is down on strikes.
Again, I think so far for the bullpen, they haven't used many pitches either. Although all 3 of them, Oliver, O'Day, Francisco, all be ready to go tomorrow, even though they're pitching today with no problem. Felice had 20 pitches last night, but a day off today. Matt Harrison, after throwing 40 or 50 pitches, has had 3 days off. He'll be ready to go. Dustin Nippert, the same thing. So the bullpen's in good shape going on to the road trip.
Rich Harden will be on the mound tomorrow when the ball club is playing in Milwaukee. First game's at Miller Park for the Rangers. The question is, will you, Tom Grieve, go down the slide like Bernie Brewer?
I don't know.
I mean, if that was offered to you, even like as a pregame thing, just take a ride on the slide?
I don't know if I would, but I know someone that would if he was there.
Who's that?
Jim Knox.
Oh, he'd have the
Jim
costume
Knox
on,
would
too.
dress up like Bernie Brewer and do it.
Johnson towards short. Out number 2. That might be worth bringing Jim in.
Jim might get up there with the binoculars and try to steal signs like they used to say Bernie Brewer was doing.
One last out, and then the Rangers will have this 3 out of 4 against Seattle. It'll be a 5-2 homestand. And boy, they are going to just feel real good about themselves heading in.
Brad's teaching photography tonight.
Nelson Cruz on the DL, just trying to, find something to do. He's already real talented as it is. He becomes like an all-star sports photographer now. It's little lens envy right there for Nelly.
Yeah, I don't think Brad's going to let either one of them touch that big lens behind there.
That's an extreme close-up right there. One and one, the count to Saunders. A little bit inside, 2-1. Tommy Hunter will be the winning pitcher. He'll go to 2-0. Ryan Roland Smith will stay winless. He'll go to 0-5. A fly ball, and that'll do it for a 5-2 homestand. Ball game. Rangers win by 9 tonight. And with a couple of home runs tonight, the Rangers raising $21,000 for prostate cancer research. You can still make your pledge. Call 1-800-798-CURE or log on to www.pcf.org. Big night for Hamilton, big night for Guerrero, big night for pretty much everybody tonight. Rangers Live is coming up after a 12-3 Ranger win.